back. Okay, so conspiracy theory stuff. I just want to make a little video because a concept came to me about spiritual awakening, human awakening, and that process. So a lot of years ago, I too was awakened to this whole Big Brother concept. This Big Brother concept has been around for a lot of years. A lot of years. And why is it when we have an awakening experience, we start to notice what's wrong with the world today? And where are we going to take that? Where are we going to take that experience? What's wrong with the world today? I find that there's a ego-based pleasure to it. Like, I see what other people don't see. And I know what's going on. Do you actually know what's going on? Because I'm finding that when you awaken to noticing there's something wrong with the world today, noticing what that is that's wrong with the world today, noticing there's kind of a type of slavery that's going on here and an imprisonment state that's going on here, wondering how that is manifesting, wondering how we are going to overcome this, and noticing all these keywords and all the subliminal messages that were being pounded by day in and day out through the media and the news, and it's everywhere. All right, so I I had this discovery. Okay, all right. So you know how you're born. Okay, here's born, and you become an adult. Then you become. There's born. I'm drawing for you people. Okay, and then you become. This was baby state. Born. This is old age. Baby state. All right, here we go. I'm going to show you this because I have a similar graph that I'm going to show you next. Is this backward? Okay. So you're born, you're in baby state. You need a lot of support. As you grow up, you become an adult, you have new perspectives on things, you've learned a lot over the years, and you continue to age and become extremely wise as you return to a baby state. Now you need to be taken care of again. Okay, so it's interesting, the cycle of life. Now, what about the cycle of awakening? Because I've already cycled through some of this process that I find quite interesting. So I'm going to draw you guys a brand new sheet. Maybe not. I guess this one bled through. Okay, so I'm going to use the same piece of paper. All right, so normal human. Going about a normal day. Life is in the balance. Awakened human is seeing, okay? Noticing, noticing conspiracy. Now, I want to ask you the question. So here we have normal human. You probably can't even read that because it's backward. And then we have awakened human is seeing things, okay? Starting to discover things. So where do you go from there? Where do you go from there? Where do you go from there? Where do you literally go from there? And that's as far as you're going to get, is to try to figure this out. Try to figure it out. Are you going to make YouTube videos to encourage everybody to see? And now, as everybody is starting to see, what follows that? It's this self-satisfaction that you see and nobody else does, this annoyance with the human race, this imprisonment, the slavery that exists here, the evil dark cabal, etc., etc., etc. Where do you go from there? Where have I gone from there? So I started to develop my psychic ability in a way that I was able to finally acknowledge I was psychic. And I like to talk to people, this is coming up a lot recently, about the student, the person that is receiving the information, growing and developing, becoming wiser, okay? Now becomes the master teacher. And as you become the master teacher, as you develop your psychic gifts, as you tune into your heart and the spirit realm, because you can go two directions. You can either start to develop your psychic gifts with your mind and your mind's judgment of things, and it's going to feel satisfactory. And a lot of people are probably going to believe you because a lot of people are living in their mind. When you live in your heart, that's when you derail things and people don't get you at all. So the more you live in your heart, the further away from this seeing and conspiracy theory stuff you're going to get, because it's all part of the mind's awakening. It's the ego process of awakening. Ego wants to keep you away from your infinite self, which is truly tuned into your heart. So the next phase in awakening, and believe it or not, is starting to return to being a normal human. I'm just going to write that down. What does that mean exactly? You see, but you see something more. You see that souls are going through an experience here that they are, that is a beautiful blessing to them and to the entire collective. And we cannot become attached to what we dislike in this world and we dislike about what our collective is manifesting. I'm finding that there is just so much unresolved pain and suffering, and that's not just in our present moment. It's a lot of soul fragments. It's a lot of negative energy feeders. The only way to release those is to become a positive person. You have to fill yourself with light. You have to develop your psychic ability. Psychic ability cannot be destroyed. Doesn't matter your diet. Does not matter whether you get the vaccine, the COVID vaccine, medications, you're a drug addict, you're an alcoholic, the pollution, the water we drink, none of that is going to get in the way of your psychic ability, because you have to choose to either work through your mind or work through your heart. And that cannot be tainted through some kind of biological action, because it's an energy-based thing. It's not, it can't be touched by the physical matter of this world, because it's an energy-based thing. So as you start to expand your next phase beyond the conspiracy, because the conspiracy theory is only going to take you so far, and it is going to be imprisoning, it is going to be scary, it is going to be frustrating, there is going to be an agony in it, it is going to break your heart, it is going to have you screaming at your angels and spirit guides, etc. I want to ask you a question. Where is that going to get you? You're collectively spewing barf energy into the world, into our collective human race, barf energy over things that you can't change. But you're going to feel good about yourself because you can see. And you see how ego-based that is? So when you rise above that and you start to say, you know, what can I do? What can I actually do to help the human race? You start to realize that it's not about the conspiracy, it's about love. So you could say the first phase as a normal human is just accepting and just kind of going about the normal day. The awakening seeing is anger in the things that we can't change. And then when you return to the normal human, there's an inner peace, okay? So that's really what the process, that's literally the process of awakening, is going through these phases. And obviously you're not gonna be able to read this, but maybe you can just experience the lines of development here. Accepting, seeing creates anger, rising to a place of inner peace, and now becoming a master teacher just by being a reflection of love. Whether that is I have a voice on YouTube, I am doing psychic sessions for people, or I am opening the door for an old lady who needs help. That is a reflection of God, unconditional love. That is a reflection of source, true source, high vibrational energy. That is the energy that deflects the dark cabal, that deflects the evil of this world, the terror, the fear, the insecurity, and that is how you help the human race. So I just wanted to say all of that stuff. I just want to remind you it's about love. There's a reason why at the beginning of the video it says we are love, because that's the most important thing I can remind you of. Awakening is realizing we are a part of each other. We need to continue to help each other, and we need to rise above what angers us the most. We have to resolve that with our higher self. We have to resolve that from a place of, I am open to something new. I am open to seeing something beyond this conspiracy theory stuff. I am open to working on myself. I am open to accepting more love in my heart. I am open to learning how to love others in a new way. I am open to loving the evil of this world. Does that mean worshiping the evil of this world? Does that mean just bowing down and accepting the way things are? Because true change comes from a depth, literally a depth. Love is not a flaky thing. It is a deep thing. So when you come to a place of unconditional love, you deeply and profoundly express a harmony and an inner peace, because our spirit guides, our angels, when we are hurting others or we are hurting ourselves, they still love us. So when we see our brothers and sisters here hurting each other and hurting themselves, we have to still love them unconditionally as our angels and guides love us. Because what empowers people more? Anger and hate, or patience and love? So I hope you guys enjoyed this message. Thank you all so much for being a part of my life. I love you guys very much. I've been through quite a process over the last years, and it's kind of unbelievable to still be here and experiencing myself and my relationship with everything that I do in new ways. I hope this message has some meaning for your heart, and have a wonderful day.